Hello folks, this is Sula speaking. You're listening to another video for Teamfight Tactics. This is taken from a normal game of Teamfight Tactics, and we are back on set 13 again. Yes, no more of the set revival. I enjoyed playing set 4.5. I looked back, I actually recorded 10 videos on the set revival just because I was enjoying it, but I do think that I've basically experienced all the stuff that I'm going to be able to see in the set revival. And with a new patch coming out for the normal set 13, it was a good time to go back and just play a little bit. Again, I hadn't been playing for a little bit. Definitely just want to spend some time getting refamiliarized with the set, which is why I'm playing some normal games. And I was testing out a couple different things, and this game was one that was both allowed me to test out a build I was trying to test out, which is a sniper's build that plays through Zeri. And in addition to that, it also just turned into a really interesting game. It turned into a close, exciting, interesting game. So definitely one that was worth recording some commentary and putting up on YouTube. So we have this patch for the main set. I'll just assume that anything I talk about from this point forward is on the main set and not on the set revival. And unfortunately, it's not an especially well-balanced patch. I was kind of hoping, I knew that when every time a new patch comes out, it like completely shuffles the meta around. I was kind of hoping that I'd be in a situation where there'd be like some nice, well-balanced patch that I could play. But no, that actually is not what's happened. It's not a particularly well-balanced patch. There's kind of two things that are strong in this patch. One of them is snipers along with Watchers, which is a comp that plays through Zeri, what we're going to see here. The other one is quick striker comps that are playing through Nocturne, TF, and Ambessa, and those just seem to be kind of overtuned. So I was just trying to test out stuff that appears to be strong, but I ended up getting a ton of Watchers out of the gate. I have 4 different Watchers, and I also got 2 out of 3 Maddies and a Zeri, and as soon as I see that, I'm like, okay, this is a good opportunity to try out this sniper's build. I had tried it out in 1 or 2 other games before this, had some pretty good success with it, but I was trying to use some of this stuff I had gotten from those previous games to help me out with that. All right, next augment. The first augment, silver. I didn't see anything I particularly want, so I just take the one that's going to upgrade the next augment. I'm hoping that that will mean that the next augment is intended to be gold and that it will get upgraded to prismatic. So that's my hope there. If the next augment is silver and it gets upgraded to gold, then this was kind of a waste. But like the jump from silver to gold is a lot smaller than the jump from gold to prismatic. So I'm hoping that the next augment is going to get upgraded from gold to prismatic, but we'll just have to wait and see on that. So anyway, this is a very straightforward comp to play. You are playing through Zeri, and the main way to play this is to reroll for Zeri 3-star. So we're going to have to try to go for that in this game. In addition to playing Zeri, you just play 4 snipers, although you don't get up to the 4 snipers for a long time. You don't actually get up to 4 snipers until you get to level 8, which in a rerolled build takes a long time to get up to level 8. And then the front line is Watchers, and this is pretty straightforward. Like I said, Zeri is a Firelight unit, and so she combines really well with the Scar, who's also a Firelight unit, who has the Watcher trait, and then you just kind of build the other Watchers around that. So it's, you want to play, the Scar is the main tank, and then you play Garen as your other main tank, and then you can also slot in a Mumu, even though he's only a 1-cost Watcher, because he will then provide Automata 2 with Cogmaul, who you basically have to play Cog if you want to play 4 snipers in the late game. I mean, I guess you can cut Cog and play the other 4 snipers, but that's not really worthwhile because Maddie is not a very good sniper, and playing Enforcer 2 is just not really that worthwhile to do. So I guess you could cut Cog for Maddie plus Kate, but that of course relies on finding Caitlyn, which is not guaranteed. When you're playing a reroll comp, you're not fast leveling, so the odds of seeing Caitlyn are a lot lower. And in addition to that, that would require you, like I said, to play Maddie plus Kate, which is probably just not as good as playing Cogmaul. So anyway, that occupies 3/4 of your front line. Again, Scar, the main tank, Garen, secondary tank, Amumu, third tank because he gives Automata trait. And then for the last Watcher, you can kind of play whatever, but usually people play either Vander or Vlad, and I figured I'd just go with whatever I was hitting more of. You don't want to play Darius, and in fact, you don't really want to play 6 Watcher either, because there's just not much of a jump from 4 Watcher to 6 Watcher in this patch build. Right now, the Watcher trait, so Watcher, I've been talking about this trait. Watcher's trait is it gives durability, and the Watchers get more when they're above 50% health. So Watcher 4 is 45% durability when they're above half health, 25% when they're below half health. That only goes up to 50% when they're above half health at Watcher 6, and then 35% when they're below it. So, like, going from 4 to 6 Watchers is really not worth it, and that also requires you to play Amumu and Darius, or Amumu, Darius, Vlad. Like, you don't want to play that many Watchers. They're just not especially good units. Watchers tend to be better early game. They're also associated with a reroll build, which of course is what we're doing here. Anyway, that last round I got absolutely run over, and that wasn't great, but it was good in the sense that I took a lot of damage. And so I have higher carousel priority because there is something I want desperately here. There is a Scar with a bow, and there's basically nothing that could have been better on this carousel for me than that. Zeri is extremely auto-attack focused. All of her damage comes from auto-attacking. She is not an AD caster. Her ability doesn't really do very much. It does a little. It's not that great, though. So anyway, she is extremely Rageblade dependent. So I want to get a Rageblade on her, and then I also very badly want to put a Scar in play so that I can get Firelight trait in action. So we'll definitely go ahead and do that. We'll just take out the Vlad and play Scar for right now. Or I take out the, what is it? I take out the Vander. I guess it doesn't really matter that much which one of these two I play. Neither one has much of an advantage over the other. But now we have Firelight, Sniper, Watcher in play. That's good. I'll move my 1 tank item over to the Scar. And I could have leveled here, but the thing is, leveling doesn't really do a whole lot for me. It actually did make sense to level to level 4, because when I went to level 4 at the start of the game, I was able to play 2 Sniper, 2 Watcher. But going up to level 5 doesn't do a whole lot for me, because there's no other like trait synergies I can put in here. I could go up to 3 Watcher, but that's not really going to do a whole lot, and it's not like I'm on a win streak here. So I decided I would just stay here at level 4 in the hopes that I'd be able to collect a little bit more econ before looking to start leveling. I do need to get to level 6, where I have the best odds to find the 2-cost units, and then I will look to reroll for Zeri 2-star. Now the problem is I'm sitting on an awful lot of pairs here. I did hit the Maddie 2-star, and I was able to get that Scar off carousel, which was great. But look at what else I have. I have Zeri pair, I have Darius pair, and I have Amumu pair. So I'm sitting on a, like, I hit all these Watchers out of the gate. I was able to hit, what is it, almost all of the Watchers in the early game, but I wasn't able to 2-star any of them, and that's a little unfortunate. Like, it would be better for me to have like Vander 2-star and no Dariuses than like 2 out of 3 Dariuses, 2 out of 3 Amumus, 1 out of 3 Vander, 1 out of 3 Vlad. It's like, you see, I actually sell the Dariuses because I know I'm never going to play 6 Watcher. And if I win this round, I will now get to 20 gold by selling the Dariuses. So I just made the call here. Look, it's better to get that extra coin of econ by getting the 20 gold by just selling the Dariuses, who I know I'm never going to play on this board. I mean, I guess if I got a Watcher emblem, I could look to play 6 Watcher, but I really don't think 6 Watcher is even that good. So I'm not sure that that would be worthwhile. All right, so now we'll go ahead. We auto-level to level 5. Kind of an awkward timing for this here. You don't see this too often. Normally, you either fast level to level 4 at the beginning of Stage 2 and then go to level 5 after the Stage 2 carousel, or you just don't level at all and just like sack the entire Stage 2 to get max econ. I did like half of that, which is kind of weird, and that results in me hitting level 5 here on the minion round. Again, kind of an odd pattern, but I still stand by the decision I made, because my board would have been like giga weak if I had not taken the time to level to 4 at the start of the stage. All right, so I go ahead and sell the Vlad, and I think that was a mistake because I'm actually playing Vlad there. I forgot that I was actually playing Vlad, and I sold one off my bench, which would have allowed me to make Vlad 2-star. So that's not, or I would have had 2 out of 3 Vlad. So I am going to go ahead and make this Gunblade here, and then I'm going to go ahead and make the Evan Shroud on Scar, which is not an item that I typically make early in the game. But the reason for that is I'm not going to look to make a Last Whisper on Zeri, and she does do physical damage. So because I'm not looking to make a Last Whisper on Zeri, and because I have the items for an Evan Shroud right here, I'm just going to go ahead and make that right now, because I am going to be doing almost entirely physical damage in this comp, and I do need some kind of armor shred in order to make this board work. And if I'm not going to make Last Whisper, then Evan Shroud's the best option. Also, Zeri does spend a decent amount of time shooting frontline, so it's not bad to have the frontline have their armor shredded. Now, this is the board I'm actually most concerned about in this game. This person, Bao Jia, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. They are playing a Conqueror's board. They have 4 Conquerors in. They have 43 stacks. They also have Spoils of War. So they're getting Conqueror cash outs and they're getting Spoils of War drops as they kill units. And they haven't lost a single round yet. So they're level 640 gold. I was like, oh man, this looks bad. This person's going to be giga wealthy in this game, but we'll just have to deal with them later on. Okay, now we have our augment, and thankfully it is prismatic. This means everyone else is getting a gold augment, so I do get a bit of an advantage right there. So I'm trying to think about what I want. I actually did think briefly about Pandora's items, because Zeri does have somewhat specific itemization, but I was like, no, I already have 2/3 of Zeri's key items. I don't need Pandora's items. It's not that important. So I was looking at these, I was like, maybe the Golem? I don't think the Golem would be terrible because my front line is pretty sad right now. Blazing Soul's not bad either, but I decided just to take Piercing Lotus. You get the extra crit chance, and also means that your units, your units' abilities will critically strike. Again, somewhat less useful because I do already have Armor Shred on my board in the form of that Evan Shroud, but I still think that this is just, in general, one of the better generic augments. You may have seen me take this in a lot of games. Now, if I can make an Infinity Edge on Zeri and get her crit chance up really, really high, it's only going to be that much better because every time she crit, she's also going to be armor shredding at the same time. And of course, it also just gives me more crit chance. So now I would really like to make an Infinity Edge on Zeri, even though the thing the Lotus does is let your abilities crit without an Infinity Edge or a Jeweled Gauntlet, it's still worthwhile to build that item anyway. Alright, so, I mean, I'm doing some damage in this fight, but unfortunately I got a lot of the board low. Didn't really kill much of anything. And I'm actually on a 2-match losing streak here, even though I leveled to level 6 at the start of Stage 3. So this is not going especially great. And the biggest problem is not, I don't think it's the way I've built the board. I think I've actually built the board reasonably well here. Biggest issue is I'm just not hitting my units. I finally now have a 2-star Watcher. Unfortunately, it's the only 1-cost Watcher. It's the Amumu, who's probably the weakest of these. I still only have 1 stars for all of the others, and I still only have 1-star Zeri. And so, like, that's my problem, is I'm playing through a bunch of 1-stars, unfortunately. So I'm just not really hitting the units thus far, which is unfortunate. But my build is uncontested. I've checked the rest of the lobby. No one else is playing snipers. No one else is playing Zeri. So the floor is cleared for me to look to play reroll Zeri here. It's just I'm not quite getting the luck of hitting. I mean, I did at the start of the game. You know, I hit a Zeri on the minion rounds. I had a 2 out of 3 Maddies. I had all these Watchers. It's just the shops after the minion rounds have been kind of disappointing me. So, like, you can see in this fight, look, this fight's pretty close. Given that I have so many 1-star units, it doesn't feel like that fight should be that close. But no, ultimately not enough. Can't overcome that board. They have the Trundle Hero Augment, and they're apparently re-rolling for Trundle 3-star. Alright, so now I'm first pick here on the carousel, and I see there's a Zeri with a sword. I have to take that. Garen would not be bad. I could, like, cut the Vlad out of my board, or the Vander, and that would be really, really nice. But I've got to take Zeri with a sword. This gets Zeri 2-star, and it gives me a sword, which gets me halfway to that Infinity Edge that I'm trying to make. So this is nice, and again, I need to find 9 Zeris. So this means now I'm down to finding 6 of them. And it will be a big spike. Like, I would have won that last round if I'd had Zeri 2-star, just because it's a big jump from 1-star to 2-star back there. Okay, so, and then there's another Zeri as well. So it's like, okay, starting to get there. Now we're on 4. We're starting to get there. Okay, while we've got a minute here, let's cover what Zeri specifically does. She's a very unique unit in this set because she does not have mana, or I guess another way of thinking about this is she has a mana of 3. Oh, by the way, the powder encounter we had at the start of the game lets us upgrade an item to Radiant, and I will take the Rage Blade. Again, Zeri is extremely attack speed focused. Most important stat on her is attack speed. Okay, so here is her ability. Passive, every 3rd attack is replaced by a spark that deals physical damage to target and physical damage to 2 nearby enemies. That's her ability. There is no active. There is no active, just the passive. Every 3rd attack does a spark that deals physical damage to the target and the 2 nearest enemies. So you can see she is entirely auto-attack focused. The faster she attacks, the more often she gets that 3rd attack off, which then deals physical damage to the targets. So you can start to see why Rage Blade is so important on her. If she doesn't have this item, she just doesn't do damage. By the way, double Ambessa, what the heck? I wish I needed that unit, but I don't. And by the way, I moved out of the Vlad when I found the Garen. I basically just had to guess, would I see more would I see more Vanders going forward, or would I see more Vlads going forward? And it turned out I will see like a billion Vlads going forward and relatively few Vanders. So I was like, okay, I just had to make a blind guess. And Vander is probably the better of the two if they don't have their other traits in. Vlad has all those extra traits. What is he? Vlad kind of needs Sorks to be effective, whereas Vander doesn't need family trait as much to be effective. So I think that was probably the right call, even though I would end up, like, with the information I had, I think it was the right call, even though I would end up seeing, like I said, a ton of Vlads going forward and not a whole lot of Vanders. But anyway, you get the idea. Zeri, every third attack, she shoots out a little electric bolt, deals physical damage. Deals a certain amount of damage to the main target, and then it like sparks the 2 additional targets. So she just needs as much attack speed as possible, and getting her the Rage Blade is core to that. So Radiant Rage Blade is just absolutely perfect. And oh, hey, there we go. There's another Zeri. I am not going to pick up a Moo-Moos. I'm not going to hit a Moo-Moo 3-star rolling here on level 6. Now, if I'd seen a ton of Moo-Moos in the early game, maybe. And then, all right, there we go. So, all right, up to 6 Zeris. Had a nice little run of Zeri luck there. After struggling in the early game, all of a sudden I started to hit. So now I just need 3 more. And hitting Zeri 3 is important enough that I would potentially look to take like duplicators. If this last augment is like get the 2 lesser champion duplicators, I would potentially look to take that because I really want to finish hitting Zeri 3-star. And by the way, there is a glove. That's good enough for our Infinity Edge. Again, super important because it allows her damage to crit, synergizes pretty nicely with that Lotus that we have there. And I even get another bow, which is not bad because I'm going to want to make a Rage Blade later on. All right, look, by the way, see all these Vlads that are popping up in my store? Why so many Vlads? Where are my Zeris? And I will go ahead and play Kog'Maw over the Maddie for right now. And okay, there's another Scar. Now, if there is one thing that's disappointing, I am not hitting Scars at all. That's actually the first one I've seen the entire game, because the previous Scar, remember, came from taking him off Carousel. And I really would like to 3-star Scar if possible. Now, I'm not even remotely close to that since I'm on 2 Scars and I would need 9 of them. But I don't think anyone else is playing Scar in this lobby, so there's at least a theoretical chance to hit Scar 3-star. I will definitely hold any copies I see. But anyway, now that I actually have Zeri 2-star, I mean, you can see she just did 9,000 damage in that fight. So she's kind of shredding the enemy team pretty well here. I'm quite happy with that. And now we have our last augment. So again, I was kind of hoping like +1 Firelight would be extremely nice. Getting up to 3 Firelight would be awesome. And then I could look to play Echo for 4 Firelight. I don't see that. And out of these options here, I think it's Long Distance Pals. Your 2 units further from each other share a bond. They share 22% of their armor, magic resistance, AP, and AD. So I'm just going to make that bond between Scar and Zeri. And by the way, look at this 3 Vlads. I would be so close to Vlad 3-star right now if I'd just been grabbing Vlads. That would be way better than a 2-star Vander. Like, why can't I be seeing more Zeris instead of these stupid Vlads? But at least I did hit 2-star Kog'Maw, so that's something. I do have the Garen. And if I can hit 1 more Scar, I'll at least have Scar 2-star to work with. So the other trait, like I said, that I'm working with here is snipers. Now, I only have 2 snipers in right now, but I do plan to play up to 4 snipers eventually. And ideally, I will add Twitch and Caitlyn later on. But I'm going to hold the 2-star Maddie because there's a decent chance I won't be able to find Kate. And I'll have to hold the Maddie to play the 4 snipers. Snipers got a bit of a rework in this patch, and they actually got a little bit they kind of got overtuned as a result of that. So previously, snipers just did more damage to targets further away. Now they have changed it so that snipers do deal more damage to targets further away, but they also have innate damage amp as well. By the way, there's a Cog, but I'm not sure if I want to go for Cog 3-star. Okay, there's another Zeri. Okay, so we're getting close, and there's an Echo. So I will look to play the Echo on level 7 until I can get the extra snipers in. So I'll hold that Echo for right now. Like I said, I could play the Echo on for 3 Firelight when I go to level 7, and then I could take that out on level 8 to play 4 snipers. Then I could even put that back in if I would ever get to level 9 in this game.
But anyway, back to the sniper's point. Previously, snipers just did more damage to targets further away. The further away the targets are, the more damage the snipers deal. They still have that, but the developers lowered the bonus based on distance to target, and they added damage amp, just like flat damage amp on snipers. So like they're a little bit worse now at hitting targets really far away, but they're significantly better at hitting close-up targets. There's also a humongous jump from Snipers 2 to Snipers 4. Snipers 2 has 10% damage amp. Snipers 4 has 40% damage amp. Yeah, 40% damage amp. That's pretty insane. So, not much to say about that, other than the fact that they overbuffed Snipers 4, which is why these 4 Watcher, 4 Snipers comps look like they're pretty strong. So, out of all the options there, I really would have liked the Rod. That would allow me to make a Rage Blade, but that wasn't an option there. And then I was thinking about what I wanted next, because I do have last pick here. I was like, do I just take the Twitch? I mean, I don't really have use for a tier. I was like, all right, I guess I'll take the bow instead. And I had like instant regret here. Now, the reason why I didn't take the Twitch is I really did want to make more items that build out of bows. And as I said, I didn't really have much use for a tier. But getting a Twitch would be really nice, because Twitch is intended to be my other late game carry at the end of the game. And I was like, oh, come on, no one else is playing Twitch in this lobby. Surely I won't have trouble finding Twitch later on. I was like, well, we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Anyway, I'm on 8 Zeri, so I decided I would just roll it down for the Zeri 3-star. And I'm not going to level here. Now I need to rebuild my economy. But I did want to get up to the Zeri 3-star because we are about to hit the anomaly round. We're getting to the end of stage 4. I am still only level 6, and like a lot of other people are already level 8. And like I'm just going to get outscaled if I don't go ahead and get Zeri 3 in the near future. So anyway, that's what I'm going to pick up right now. And, you know, Zeri, I mean, she does a lot of damage back there, especially once her Rage Blade starts to get stacked up. We're up against that Trundle carry board, and it looks like we've got this one without too much trouble. Let's see, what happens to Zeri's numbers when she levels up to 3 stars? I'm just curious here. I'll highlight Zeri. Oh, we have the anomaly round first. Let me cover that. So, gain 8% attack speed, an additional 2% for each attack component held by your team. I mean, not bad for Zeri, but this is not a game where you have a ton of components. So I'm going to pass on that. I don't think it's slime time. I'd like to get something good for Zeri. And then I see this Fortified. Gain 12% max health. Every 4 seconds, gain another 12%. I was like, actually, I think that's pretty good here. And remember, I'm already like behind the econ. I'm already like behind an econ anyway. So I think I'll go ahead and take that. Now, I definitely could have gotten something better. But remember, I'm already in like a bad econ position. I thought this was reasonably good to have here. And in particular, if I can get another item that has health on it, that would be really nice because remember, Scar, so Scar is a Watcher. Watchers gain durability, which is damage reduction. One of the stats that Watchers most want is just health. Because the more health they have, the more that durability is going to be valuable. So if I could get like a Warmogs on Scar, that would be so good. And so more health on him also means that like he's going to get 12% additional max HP every few seconds. And he has the potential to last a long time in these fights. So like I said, if I could get like a Warmogs on him for his last item, I think he has like, I don't know, 2,500-ish health right now. If I could somehow 3-star him and then get a Warmogs on him, he would just be like completely unkillable. And that also synergizes with how the Firelight trait works as well. I should cover how Firelight trait works because that's the other trait we're kind of playing into right here. So Firelight is a trait that's only on a handful of units in this game. It's only on Zeri, Scar, and Echo. Again, we're using our Arcana, the Arcane TV show lore here. Here's the description. Every 6 seconds, Firelight's dash. While dashing, they attack with infinite range and heal a percentage of the damage taken since their last dash. Firelight 2 is 20% of damage taken. Now, that's not 20% of max HP healed. It's 20% of damage taken since their last dash. But it does give them some innate healing. And it does also give them an aggression drop as well. That's generally good. It's especially good on tanks like Scar because he's going to be healing for a percentage of the damage taken like every few seconds. It's also funny watching these units dash around the board. So it wouldn't be bad to be able to play Garen. It wouldn't be... Oh, by the way, there's another Zeri that pops out of the minion round. Thanks, I could have used that earlier. It would not be bad to play Echo here because that would take me from Firelight 2 to Firelight 3. That would go from 20% of damage taken healed to 33% of damage taken healed. But I also get a Mel here, and I was like, do I play the Mel or do I play the Echo. I was like, I think I play the Mel. I think that's a better unit to play. So I'll just go ahead and play that for right now. I mean, it's nice to get from Watcher 2 to Watcher 3, but the big jump, or not Watcher, from Firelight 2 to Firelight 3, the big jump is actually if you can get to Firelight 4, which requires an emblem, by the way. But at Firelight 4, it's when you dash, it's 40% of damage taken is healed, and while dashing gain a massive burst of attack speed. So that requires an emblem, which is probably not something that's going to happen. But if I could somehow get to Firelight 4, that would be incredible. Also, Zeri's going low, but she manages to survive, and we keep our win streak intact. Again, note that Zeri does all my damage, 10,000. I really need to get another carry, and that's intended to be Twitch. So I'd really like to find Twitch so I can get another carry on my board. I mean, I guess I could have also gone for Cog 3-star, but I just did not think that Cog 3-star was in the cards here. So I'm just trying to econ my way here. I have won 8 rounds in a row, and this Zeri board is really strong in the mid game. Does fall off a little bit in the late game unless you can hit like Twitch 2, Kate 2. You also might notice I am repositioning a little bit here and there. In part, this is to take advantage of the, the long distance pals. I have to make sure that Zeri and Scar are sharing that benefit. But the other reason why I'm doing this is I'm trying to make it so Zeri is always on the opposite side from the enemy carry. Again, the reason being snipers deal more damage to targets further away. So I want her to be further away from whatever the main carry is, which on this board is the LeBlanc. So I've been trying to scout and set things up so that that's the case. This is another close fight, but Zeri's going to clutch it out. Also, by the way, that person has 8 Vanders. I was like, why do you have 8 Vanders? That's why I can't hit Vander in this game. That's why I'm not seeing the stupid Vander. It's because all the Vanders are being held by that other player. But anyway, I've gone on a nice win streak here, 9 rounds in a row. And I'm hoping that I've managed to bridge the time between me having the Zeri 3, where I get the big power spike, and then me getting up to 4 snipers, where I get another big power spike at 4 snipers. So I just have to level to 8 and put in Twitch and put the Maddie back in. We'll take Mel out. We'll put Twitch and Maddie back in, and maybe we can find Kate. That would be nice. I mean, how hard can it be to find Twitch, right? I've looked at the lobby. No one is playing Twitch. There's lots of 4 costs out of the pool. I'm going to have close to 50 gold to roll with here after the carousel. Obviously, I'll be able to find Twitch right away, right? Of course. Obviously, I'll be able to find Twitch right away. Okay, this is the scrap board with the Trundle Hero Augment, and since the last time I played them, they hit Gangplank 3-star, and oof. That Gangplank Trundle combo is pretty nasty. Yeah, them hitting the Gangplank 3 is strong. So for the first time, my board goes down. And once again, I know that I really need another carry. Really need another carry, which has to be Twitch unless I get super lucky with Caitlyn. All right, now there is something incredibly valuable on this carousel. There's a Firelight emblem. As soon as I see that, I'm like, oh my god. That lets me get Firelight 3. I can put this on Garen. And then if I could get to level 9, I can play Firelight 4. That sounds amazing. If I can do that. Now I need to get Echo back, so I'll put this on the Garen, but like if I can get to level 9, I can play Echo, and that would be awesome. But all right, first we have to find Twitch. So anyway, there's the Garen. Let's go ahead and level, and all right, there's another Garen. Excellent. There's more Cogs, but again, I'm not going for Cog 3-star. All right, I need the Twitch. There's another Scar. We'll pick that up. Okay, where's Twitch? All right, there he is. Thank goodness. Okay, so that's really nice. Now I think if I were to do this game, I decided I would keep rolling here. I think if I were to do this game again, I think I would have just stopped there and gone to level 9. And there's Echo. So I can pick up the Echo. I think I would have just stopped there and looked to go to level 9. But I decided I would keep rolling to try to find more Twitches because I did want him to like take over as my other carry. But I think if I were to play this game over again, I would have just stopped here, grabbed the Echo, and then tried to push to level 9. And then on level 9, try to find Twitch 2-star. And put in the Echo for 4 Firelight. And I think that that was the correct way to play this. But instead, I opted to roll for more Twitches. And yeah, I've kind of burned up my economy here, unfortunately. And I'm not finding... I mean, I am finding Scars, so it's not like totally wasted here. Like, I am finding more Scars. All right, but like now I have Twitch pair. And I'm like, oh, cool, I just need 1 more Twitch. Just need 1 more Twitch here, right? And there's another Scar. Okay, I'm on 7 Scars. Just need 1 more Twitch. Just need 1 more Twitch, and then I can transfer these items from Cog over to Twitch. And yeah, and I also need to move the Maddie. Okay, there we go. Need to make sure the long distance pals is still on Zeri and Scar. So at about this point, I was kicking myself. I was like, if I had just taken that Twitch off the carousel, I would have had Twitch 2-star at with 20 gold remaining, and then I could have stopped rolling here and just gone straight to level 9. Now, it wasn't all wasted, as I said. I did hit Garen 2, which was pretty big, and I did manage to hit up to 7 Scars. So, like, that wasn't bad. But I really would have liked to have gone to level 9 and tried to get in the Echo so I could get the 4 Firelight. That's a really big power boost. And then, oh, by the way, oof, this round doesn't go so well either. That's the Conqueror's board from earlier in the game. They just run me over as well. And like, no, I don't need more Garens. I need another Twitch here. Twitch is the unit I need. Need another Twitch. So, I mean, I'm still in good shape here, but I am sitting on 0 gold level 8. So now it's pretty dicey as far as whether I ever make it to level 9 in this game. Like I said, I do need to spike right now. Everybody else's boards are spiking. We're getting close to the end of the game. So it's time to focus less on econ and more on board strength. But I do wish I had taken that Twitch off carousel. The tier would have been perfect. I could have done something with that tier. Instead, didn't quite work out here. But anyway, that's Water Under the Bridge. Okay, so now I really do have to roll for the Twitch. At least there's a Warmogs. Remember, I was saying before, I really do want that Warmogs. Has great synergy with what I'm playing. All right, so can we find the last Twitch? We do find another Scar. We're on 8 Scars. Can I find the last Twitch? Okay, I'll sell the Echoes. Can I find the last... Again, I want to just repeat, no one is playing Twitch in this lobby. He's completely uncontested. Ugh. How much gold have I spent trying to find Twitch 2-star? Again, none of the boards are playing Twitch. I literally have like set 40 gold on fire trying to find Twitch 2-star. And I need Twitch 2-star because as good as Zeri is, I do need another carry. It can't just be Zeri. I need a secondary carry, and Cog can't do it. Cog's not good enough. I don't have the right items for Cog. Cog deals magic damage, and I've been building physical damage items. So like, I need the Twitch 2-star. If I could somehow hit Twitch 2... Oh, this fight's really close. Woo! Zeri barely wins. That does 18,000 damage. If I could hit Twitch 2 and then Scar 3, I think I could do this. So I'm like really close to being super powerful here. But I still have to hit these units. All right, Cog, go away. There we go. Finally. How much econ did I waste for that? But all right, we'll put the Rage Blade and the Runin's Hurricane on Twitch. By the way, both items are pretty good on Twitch. And just getting all that attack speed is really nice. Like, I get so much damage from the Sniper's trait itself. Remember, Sniper's 4, 40% damage amp, in addition to more damage from how far away. I think Sniper's 4 is, it's 10% additional damage for each hex distance they are. So, you know, if they're on the other side of the board, if they're like 6 hexes away, that's like 60% extra damage and 40% damage amp. It's like double damage. So I don't really need that much in the way of items that add to damage. It's more I just need attack speed. So like both Zeri and Twitch need Rage Blades, and I'm really glad I was able to get Rage Blades on both of them. Plus, they're on the opposite side on this round, which is what I want. I want them to be opposite side. There we go. This is a family board against the Violet that has the Edge of Night drop. So can I win this? No, apparently not. I mean, it was close. Once again, Zeri did 17,000 damage. She's not the problem. Problem is, I need a little bit more damage from the Twitch. But, I mean, at this point, we just got to roll for the Scar 3. We're on, 8 Scars. We just got to roll for it. So even though I really wanted to get to level 9 and play Echo, so I could get up to the 4 Firelight, there's just other stuff I have to prioritize more. I've got to hit this last Scar. If I can hit this last Scar and get Scar 3, my board's going to get so much stronger because, again, Zeri and Twitch actually do a lot of damage. I just need my front line to hang in there a little bit longer. So the Conqueror board, remember that had like Conqueror in early and Spoils of War and was on a big win streak? Yeah, they completely flubbed the last game because they're already dead. The boards I'm playing against right now are this scrap board here that has like absolutely massive scrap shields. And then the other board that I'm contesting is the family reroll board that also is quite strong. And this fight is not going great for me. So I was like, oh my god, I'm going to get knocked all the way down to 6 HP. But these other boards are low too, 2 HP and 15 HP. Like, it's a close lobby here. All right, so I need something for Twitch here. But like, that other board has family 4 and they have a Warwick. So I was like, I want a Twitch item. I want that guard breaker for Twitch. But if I don't take this family emblem, that other player who's playing family reroll is going to take the family emblem, and that will give them 5 family. Yeah, this board here, Diny Tancer, which is a great name. I will be the squirrel. I will go ahead and take this just to deny it to them. And, oh, there's a Kate. Okay. I will play the Kate over the Maddie. So, I'll go ahead and do that, but I'm pretty sure I'm just going to die on this round right here. So hopefully I can win this. Otherwise, the game is just over because I will definitely be out with a loss at 6 HP. Yeah, they have a Warwick with a family emblem on it. So I'm going to swap to the opposite side, which I think is slightly better for this board. But I didn't really get any stronger there. That said, if I had not taken the family emblem, they would have had 5 family, and like this board with 5 family would just win the lobby, like straight up. So I had to take that because the other player was not taking it. All right, can we somehow win this lobby? Well, we did manage to get damage on the Warwick reasonably fast. All right, Warwick's down. Now can we take out that Violet? All right, we got the Violet to split. The Edge of Knights are triggering. And it looks like Zeri's still alive. Okay, Zeri did not dash into some suicidal spot on the board that round. Very nice. So we stay alive. And it looks like, okay, it looks like the other person won their ghost round. So all of us are still alive. Again, I got to keep rolling for this Scar. And oh, there he is. Let's go. That's what I needed. I think I got a little bit lucky in terms of fight RNG from the previous round. This is actually the board I'm more worried about. I'm actually more worried about this scrap board because they have Rumble 2 with very good items over there. And that Rumble just looks absolutely terrifying. So, all right. I think that it's better for Zeri to be on right-hand side. Let's skedaddle Zeri over there and get Scar back where I want Scar. And okay, that looks pretty good. The good news is it does appear to be a ghost round. But, like, I cannot lose this round or the game is over. They also have a Mel over there with a scrap emblem. So, okay. This board just looks really, really strong. So, keep an eye on Zeri in this fight. Remember, Zeri can throw herself into some very dangerous parts of the board. So she's going to take some damage. And oh, look at Zeri. She's so low. Oh my God, Zeri. If she dies, I lose this fight. But oh, she gets off one more dash. She was on 1% health in that fight. That's insane. I cannot believe she stayed alive in that fight. And it looks like this player should be out of the lobby. But wait. Oh, nope, he's not dead. Wait, why is he not dead? Oh, because he played Mel. Yeah, that person was playing Mel, so yeah, if Mel casts enough times, you get one more life when you're down to 1 HP. So, okay. Now everybody is on 1 life remaining. None of us can survive another loss. That Mel freebie has been used up. So 6 HP, 1 HP, 1 HP. I am looking for another item for Twitch. I stuffed the family emblem on him because it does give like 10 mana to cause him to cast faster. But I can obviously do way better in terms of items on Twitch. And Twitch is my other damage dealer. So I'm really hoping for like an Infinity Edge or a Death Blade or something like that on this anvil. So let's see what we can pull. Okay, Last Whisper. That's good enough. I mean, we actually already have pretty good armor shred, but it's not bad to get this. Again, there is some overlap with the Lotus, but anything that gives crit chance is pretty good with us having that Lotus. Now we just roll for another Caitlyn. The odds of that happening are basically non-existent, but like we're not going to hit Kate 2, but whatever. We could at least try for it. This is the last round. At most, there is one more round in the game after this, so we do not have time to get to level 9 and play Echo. So let's see how it goes. We are up against the scrap board. This is the one I think is the stronger of the 2 remaining boards. So let's see what happens here. I do have the Twitch now with the Last Whisper. So now I really do have my genuine secondary carry. I have Twitch and I have Zeri. Come on, Zeri, stay safe, stay safe. Dash out of there, Zeri, dash out of there. Okay. Woo, she dashes away from the Rumble. Twitch is low, Zeri's low, but they're staying alive, and it looks like we've got enough to win this round. 18,000 damage on Zeri, 9,000 damage on Twitch, and that's going to do it because the other player lost their ghost round. So, woo. GG. I typed close game, guys. That one was a real heart pounder. Zeri got low so many times. You can see why I put the Gunblade on her, because she gets low a lot in these fights, but the Gunblade saved her butt, and it turns out I have just barely enough to win this game. Now, snipers seem like they're a little bit overtuned, but the good news is Set 13 is better balanced than the Set Revival. So just because snipers are overtuned does not mean it's like insta-win the lobby like Spirit was in the Set Revival. So yeah, this game was fun. I'll probably try to do some more this week. All right, well, once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this. Until next time, take care, folks, and I'll see you again soon.